big game-winning home runs in postseason.
No score, 2 down, bottom of the first. Assad ready, the 2-2 to Freeman. Swing and a miss. Excellent start by Javier Assad. 1, 2, 3 strikeouts by Cubs pitchers. Those are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Dodgers don't score. Cubs coming up against Tarek Skubal.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so. Yingling Flight is dominating. Numbers don't lie, Chicago. Yingling Flight, the next generation light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Ready to buy your dream car? Look to Consumers Credit Union for competitive rates and flexible terms. Join the people in your corner at myconsumers.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Pete Crow Armstrong will lead off the bottom of the first for the Cubs. Cubs leadoff man presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If PCA gets a base hit, Benny's Beverage Depot donates $200 to service dog charities. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Tarek Skubal to PCA. First pitch in for a strike. Skubal making his first pitch in a Dodger uniform. He's a big man, 6'3", 240. Works over on the third base side of the rubber. And here's a swing and a foul back. Ron, we did see him pitch against the Cubs when he was a member of the Tigers, I want to say last year.
Yep, that's correct. And, he's one of the best pitchers in all of baseball. There's no doubt. The thing that makes him so good, there's some deception with the windup, with the glove hand coming out, so there's some deception. But there's nothing like throwing a lot of strikes and having good command with great stuff.
He bounces one in there. It's 1-2 on Pete.
I think you got to go up when you face guys like him that throw a lot of strikes. He doesn't walk hardly anybody. You got to be ready to swing when you leave the on-deck circle. Look for a good pitch that you want to hit and be ready to hit it.
The 1-2 to Pete. Swing and a foul back. Pete was on that one. This is always great theater when one of the best hitters in the game is up there against one of the best pitchers in the game.
Pete's getting his swings in, that's for sure. I like it.
Pete wearing red batting gloves on either hand. The 1-2. Low and outside. He seemed to have a good look and a good idea about not swinging at that pitch.
Yeah, second off speed pitch Skubal has thrown. He's only thrown a few pitches, but he's thrown 2 breaking balls in his first few pitches, and both of them have bounced in front of home plate.
Yeah, the big man ready to make his 6th pitch of the ball game, the 2-2. Strike 3 call. Pete caught looking, out number 1, and it brings up Seiya Suzuki.
Now Pete was looking for something off speed, and he got a heater in the outside corner. Skubal's going to throw probably more fastballs percentage-wise in a game than maybe any other starter in all of baseball.
Seiya had a line drive home run last night in the first inning. One of the most impressive we've ever seen him hit it. went straight from his bat to the bleachers in about 1.5 seconds. Here's a fastball taken high, 1-1. Beautiful summer night again. 78 degrees. Game time temperature sponsored by Four Seasons. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss on a changeup. Your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Four Seasons. Not any empty seats that I can see glancing around. And it's going to get loud here, I have a feeling. Here comes the 1-2 to Sayah. Fly ball, shallow right center, racing in. Pages makes a sliding catch. His first step looked like it was back. He had to really hustle in and slide to make a good play in shallow center. 2 down.
Yeah, covered a lot of ground in a short period of time. Comes in and slides and makes this catch. He was going to have to catch this ball about ankle high. So he falls into the slide. Very nice play.
Here's Alex Bregman facing Tarek Skubal. First pitch down low for a ball.
Feel like a Bosch prediction, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch. I'm going to make a prediction tonight. Wind blowing out to center field. Cubs are going to hit 2 home runs today off the big lefty.
Okay, that's the first few innings. How about for the second part of the game?
Oh, let me get back to you.
1 ball, 1 strike on Alex Bregman. He was 1 for 5 last night. Scoreless game, bottom of the first. Now the 1-1. Big leg kick. Fastball is up and in.
The thing in watching film on him earlier today, the thing that gives him some deception, that big leg kick, and then as he starts coming towards home, his glove hand goes flying at the hitter.
Liner foul deep to left, out of play, Ron.
It comes flying out fast and hard, and then he follows with the delivery. And I'm telling you, that's got to be somewhat of a distraction for the hitter to see that glove come flying at you and then kind of that windmill delivery. There is definitely deception to that.
I would think particularly in your first few at-bats against him.
No doubt.
Now the 2-2 to Alex Bregman. From Tarek Skubal, changeup pulled on the ground to short, scooped up by Mookie Betts. Sidearms a low throw, but dug out on the backhand by Freeman. Good play by Freddie, and the inning is over. So both pitchers work 1, 2, 3. It's on to inning number 2. Cubs and Dodgers on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Oh, Crochet goes down awkwardly on the mound.
He caught the ball in the hat.
So whose ball is it?
It's a good question. I'm going to have to ask that lady from Philly.
Meanwhile, out in the Cove, this guy just sort of check and see what the score is.
I saw Rizzo jersey trying to make the play on it. Could it be? Oh, Rizzo, he had it. He literally hit it right to him.
That's why I'm retired, is what he just said.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body.
I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. And toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green.
You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
Hey fans, why does flying Southwest Airlines from Chicago just make sense? Reliable, flexible, enjoyable. We're full of ibbles and obbles and proud of it.
Top 2 at Wrigley Field. The Cubs and Dodgers are scoreless. The second inning is brought to you by Seaglass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Pat?
Okay, Zach. Zach will be along in the 5th inning to work some play-by-play. Second inning at Wrigley, no score. We'd like to welcome back to Cubs Radio a great sponsor, Access One, your hometown IT support partner. Thanks to Brian Barkley, Mark, and Enzo from Access One. Max Muncy did not play in last night's series opener. Left-handed batter will take a strike. Get that note from our good friend Mitch Rosen.
There you go.
At the Score, executive producer of Cubs Radio. Here comes the 0-1 to Muncy. Fastball away. Both teams have blue as the prominent color. Dodgers dark blue shirts. White numbers on their backs, gray trousers. Muncy takes down low for a ball. Dodgers have blue shoes, blue socks. Cubs have their home whites with the blue pinstripes. Blue hats, numbers, sleeves, and socks. Uniform description sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Muncy taking another pitch. He hasn't swung yet, and the count is 3-1. Benjamin Moore, the official paint of the Chicago Cubs. Muncy, 21 home runs, dangerous. Takes inside ball 4. He's a very interesting player, Ron. I think if you put him on certain other teams, he would not have nearly the impact that he has on this Dodger club. And it's kind of hard to explain. It's the same game, I realize, but he just fits in beautifully with this Dodger team.
Yeah, no, I would agree. He's never been a high average hitter, but he always has big numbers and home runs, somewhere around 30. And, he plays a couple positions.
Ground ball to third, fielded by Ramirez. Go to second, one over to first. That's a double play. The rookie third baseman, Pedro Ramirez, made a nice backhand stop and immediately fired the ball over to Horner. 5-4-3 on the twin killing. Two down.
Well, you talk about a big play. This ball's hit sharply to the backhand side. He backhands this ball and right away gets rid of it. I mean, Ramirez is just playing great baseball. Offense, defense, base running. That's why he's in the lineup night after night after night.
Kyle Tucker had a couple of hits last night. Fans getting on him a little bit. I heard the fans doing a little booing before the game when the Dodger pitcher took them out. Here comes the pitch to Tucker. And it is swung on and fouled away. But I don't think they were booing. I think they were just saying, Scooble, Scooble.
You think?
Possible. One ball and one strike.
If I were him, that's what I would think. But
here's the 1-1. Inside for a ball. It's 2-1.
Tough plays of the game, sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough. I would say that play Ramirez just made qualifies. Great play to start the double play.
Now the next pitch hit in the air, deep left center. Back is Taylor at the fence. That ball is going to be gone for a home run. Kyle Tucker, an opposite field home run, and the Dodgers lead 1-0 here in the second inning.
Now we talked about the wind blowing out, and if you get the ball elevated, it's going to fly. Tucker got this two-seamer running away from him, lets it carry a little deeper, and then just serves it in the left field and hits it up in the air high. And the wind really took this ball. This is a pitch they want inside. This ball is right down the middle.
Remember, the Dodgers took an early 3-0 lead in last night's game before the Cubs came from behind. 1-0 LA, 2 down, second inning. Bases empty now, and Teoscar Hernandez takes low and away for ball 1.
I'm going to go on record, Patrick, and say the Cubs don't want to get too far behind with this guy pitching against them tonight.
It's probably a very solid theory, Ron.
It's just good analyzing right there.
Yes, sir. Here comes the 1-0 to Teoscar Hernandez. Outside for ball 2. Teoscar has a huge smile in the photo they took of him that's being seen on the outfield wall right now. It's almost like he's getting news that his favorite food is being served for dinner.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, salmon and asparagus. There
Yes,
it
sir.
is.
Bring it on. And now the 2-1 to Teoscar. Big chopper to the right side, fielded by Horner, and he'll throw to first in time. Inning over, Dodgers take the early lead on a home run by Kyle Tucker. 1-0 LA. We go to the bottom of inning number 2 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Molly and Hom, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3.
Kurt racing after it, dives and makes the grab. He makes a agility catch. Taylor Trammell just made one of the catches of the year. Nice sliding stop. Vargas to his feet. Look at the move. Flashing some leather right here. Bends over and makes another beautiful catch. Carson Bench making like Spider-Man. Marsh on the run. Marsh slides. He made the catch. What a play by Brandon Marsh. Times his leap, goes up. Michael with another highlight play. Hey, Jackson Churio saved the day.
How did he get to that baseball?
Wow. Halpin is back. Near the wall. He leaps. He makes the catch. And Halpin takes at least extra bases away. Wow. Miguel Amaya twisting and turning.
Great play back at third. Diving Tommy White gets a rose to first for the out. Sensational effort by the rookie.
Sogard dives deep back in. That is spectacular defense.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Calm.
On Friday, August 28th, the Cubs take on the Reds at 1:20 in the afternoon. Up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans of the Budweiser bleachers 21 and older will receive a Cubs 1990s replica jersey presented by Budweiser. Be sure to arrive early. Pat?
Tarek Skubal worked a 1-2-3 first inning. Cubs now down by a run as the bottom of the second inning commences. Michael Busch, 2 for 4 last night, had a home run, drove in 3 against his former organization, the Dodgers. And he'll take a strike here, 0-1. In 15 career big league games now, Michael Busch, 16 runs batted in against the Dodgers. Now the 0-1. Curveball swung on and missed. Skubal, 2-time Cy Young Award winner each of the last 2 seasons with Detroit. Here's something I found interesting. He went to the University of Seattle, drafted in the year 2018. Here comes the 0-2 pitch, down low for a ball. He was drafted in the 9th round.
Yeah, how about that?
I would have expected much higher.
Yeah, well, there's a whole bunch of teams out there, every one of them, going, how did we go through 8 rounds and not draft this guy?
The leg kick and the 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Skubal has set down the first 4 Cubs, 2 on strikeouts. 1-0 Dodgers, and the batter is Nico Horner.
Fastball and right on the outside corner to Seamer. Defensive alignment tonight, sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment. Material handling handled. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Outfielders Pies playing deeper tonight with the wind blowing out.
Horner takes a strike. Skubal in his career, 19 over 500, 61 and 42. His ERA just over 3. He's made 150 starts right on the button. And that's good, but I think what really attracted the Dodgers was his postseason success. Here comes the 0-1, taken high for a ball. In 6 starts in the postseason run, he is 2-1 with a 2.04 ERA.
Yeah, that ERA is going to help you win a lot of ball games, no matter when you throw them. But postseason, you throw that's pretty good.
A little looper into right, shallow, racing in. Tucker slides and makes a diving catch. Good play by Tucker. He caught it and rolled over. He's always been a good fielder, and that's out number 2. Cubs trail by a run. And the batter is Tyrone Taylor, making his Cubs debut.
This ball hit off the end of the bat by Nico, and Tuck comes in and slides. He barely hangs on to this ball. He does not catch it in the pocket of the glove. He catches it right in the hand of the glove and barely hung on to it, but he did.
Taylor has some pop, 10 home runs. Batting right-handed, playing left field. .241 batting average for the year. And the pitch on the way to Tyrone is taken down low.
Taylor's been a hot hitter here as of late, too, and you're going to see him get a lot of playing time against left-handed pitchers here in this Cubs lineup.
The leg kick and the 1-1, a swing and a miss by Taylor. Skubal, a big man. I can see where there would be an element of intimidation. A big leg kick, and you mentioned the glove flying at you before the ball follows. Here's a fastball away.
Well, he's got, once he starts moving towards home, there's a lot of things flying fast, and the delivery is fast. His arm action is fast. And then when you throw your fastball, it's one thing, but then the off-speed pitch is tough to pick up.
The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike three. A 1-2-3 inning for Skubal. He has set down the first 6 Cubs. We go to inning number 3. Dodgers 1, Cubs nothing on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs.
Dodgers with a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. It is currently partly cloudy and 78 degrees. Wind blowing out. Time and temperature sponsored by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. Pat?
All right, Zach, I know you're keeping tabs on all the other games. Pittsburgh at Milwaukee tonight. Cubs 5.5 behind the Brewers. Any updates on that ball game at American Family Field?
2-1 Brewers, bottom of the 4th inning, Pat.
Very good. Thanks, Zach. Tommy Edman batting for the first time. He hit 3rd in the order last night and belted a 3-run homer in the top of the 1st inning. Edman takes a strike from Javier Assad. The next pitch, a little bit low and outside. It's 1-1. Field is in tremendous condition. You just don't see any bad hops these days at Wrigley. Here's a looper down the left field line. Long run for Taylor. Gets there, makes the catch over near the line. And that's out number 1. And it brings up Ben Rortvedt. Rortvedt a trading deadline acquisition because the Dodgers catchers are kind of banged up. Will Smith and Dalton Rushing both unable to go right now.
Yeah, the Dodgers, how about today? They sent 2 guys out, 2 catchers, and a trade and another guy called up. So 2 catchers out, 2 catchers in. You don't see that too often.
No, you don't.
Third inning is, I'm sorry, Pat. Third inning is brought to you by Consumers Credit Union. People in your corner stand up for you wherever you go.
The 1-0 to the left-handed batting Rortvedt is taken for a strike. I don't believe I've ever met anyone by the name of Rortvedt. Here is a pitch in there for a strike. And they count 1-2.
I know when we got to the ballpark today and we saw the lineup, you and I were sitting here, and you had asked the pronunciation, and you looked at me, and then we kind of figured it out together, and it just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
Sort of. Almost looks like the word jumble that you see in the newspaper, trying to rearrange the letters to make another letter.
Yeah.
Like the word overt you could make out of Rortvedt. Veto. Rove. You get the idea.
Yeah. You might have played that game once or twice on the team plane.
Yes, I have. 2-2 on Rortvedt. Here's the pitch on the way, and it's inside for a ball. 3-2. We'll have a day game tomorrow to wrap up this series. Now, you might want to make a note. Thursday is a makeup game, another day game against the Toronto Blue Jays. 3-2 pitch, bouncing ball right side. Diving stop by Bush. Reverse pivot on his knees and throws to first in time. What a play by Michael Bush. That took some athletic ability.
Boy, and this is going to be a base hit. Sometimes for the first baseman, you got to decide, am I going to go for this ball or does the second baseman have it? Michael decides to go for it. He lays out, makes a great catch on this ball, and then perfect throw to Assad, who's covering the base on time. So very nice play by Michael Bush.
2 down, nobody on. The batter, Shohei Ohtani. And Ohtani gets jammed and fouls it back.
That'll be our catch of the game, sponsored by Catch Des Moines. The Iowa State Fair is back August 13th through the 23rd. Catch the fair spirit and plan your trip at iowastatefair.org.
There's so many plays in baseball, Ron, you just can't practice. You just have to react during the game and do the best you can. You can't practice a play like that.
No. And in particular, you think you could practice that throw, turning backwards and throwing from your knees and hitting a guy on the move.
Yeah, it's a lot of instinct and just pure athletic ability. Here comes the 0-2 pitch on the way to Ohtani. Fisted foul and back out of play. He's working inside on his knuckles.
Yeah, I like that idea. Ohtani, big, tall, strong. I like when you throw him, when you pitch him inside. There's no doubt. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
The 0-2, line toward right, deep. Back goes Suzuki, gets there, makes the catch. Ohtani lines out to deep right, maybe 15 feet shy of the warning track. 3 up, 3 down. Some good defense by Michael Bush, the former Dodger. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Dodgers on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all season long. Rahimi Harris and Grody, middays 10 to 2 on 1.
What in the world happened to Mike Sims?
Looks like he's hurting a little bit.
He really does.
Something inside the batting helmet.
Look at that.
Maybe he got a Q-tip stuck in there or something.
He is obviously in a little bit of pain.
It
was a bug. It looked like it was a pretty good sized.
It was a moth,
varmint, too. Look at this.
It's a live moth.
Wow, we've seen it all now.
Games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
On deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Pat?
Dansby Swanson will lead off the bottom of the third against the left-hander Tarek Skubal. Skubal, 2 perfect innings. He has struck out 3 of the first 6 batters. Swanson had a couple of hits last night, 2 for 3. Let's see if he can start a Cubs rally right now. 1-0 Dodgers. Dansby drives one in the air. Deep left center. Get out the tape measure. Long gone. Ball game tied 1-1. Dansby Swanson with a long home run to left center.
Swing early and be ready for high gas. He got a high fastball and he hit it 2/3 of the way up the bleachers in left center. Tie ball game. That's the first one. I was asking for 2, so we'll see.
So you're halfway there, Ron.
There we go. That's a big swing of the bat by Dansby.
That'll get the crowd more involved. Game tied at 1. Pedro Ramirez takes high. For Swanson, his 17th home run, his 62nd run batted in. And the crowd buzzing now at Wrigley. This game is tied at 1. Ramirez 1 for 4 last night. And he'll poke one in the air to right, slicing foul out of play. Sometimes I comment, Ron, against the elite pitchers, that first run is not only the most difficult one to get, but it's also the most significant one you get.
Well, it ignites the dugout for the Cubs. Like, we can get this guy.
Loop right to shallow right center, racing in and making a sliding, diving catch is Pages. What a play by Andy Pages. That had base hit written all over it.
Yeah, this little jam shot in the short right center. Pages comes in hard, and he's flying. This is the second sliding, diving catch he's made in right center field. He has been a game saver so far in center field with that defense.
Game tied at 1, bottom of the third. Here's Miguel Amaya taking down low for ball 1. Every time I see Pages make a great defensive play, I immediately think back to the 7th game of the World Series in Toronto. He made that unbelievable catch, colliding with Kike Hernandez on the warning track in left center, somehow made the grab to keep the Dodgers alive. One of the best catches in series history.
Yeah, no, I would agree. It was unreal. That was game over. That would have won the game.
That's going to be right up there with the Willie Mays catch in 1954 at the Polo Grounds. Swinging a foul back by Miguel Amaya. And what a time to make a play like that.
Right?
Extra innings, Game 7, World Series. Now the 1-2. Amaya swings and misses at an off-speed delivery. Skubal throwing a lot of off-speed stuff.
Yeah, he's been on the attack with the fastball, but the sequences of pitches, I've been trying to figure out his sequence of, when he's throwing off-speed stuff. There's no rhyme or reason to it right now. The other part of it, he's got great command. That last changeup down and away right at the outside corner at the knees.
Pete Crow Armstrong batting lefty to lefty. Swinging a foul back over our heads and out of play. Pete struck out looking in the first. Each team with a home run. Kyle Tucker for the Dodgers. Dansby Swanson for the Cubs. Here's the 0-1 to PCA. It's inside. I mentioned last night Pete, a native of Southern California. well aware that many of his family members and friends are watching him on Dodger television. It's also on national TV tonight. Here's the 1-1. Low and outside. Looked like Skubal dropped down to about 3/4 sidearm.
Tried to angle that fastball away.
Skubal making his first ever career start here at Wrigley Field. The 2-1. Line drive toward right. Base hit over the head of Freeman. Heat around first, and he will hold with a single as the throw comes in from Tucker. Soft line drive. Freeman made a leaping try, missed it by at least a foot. And now let's see, would you risk a stolen base attempt?
I think if you get runners, the more runners you can get in scoring position against this guy, the better. So if you think Pete can take a bag, you got to give him a shot to take it.
Seiya Suzuki popped out to center his first time. Ball game tied at 1, 2 down, bottom of the third. There goes Pete. He had a huge jump. They'll never get him. Stolen base. The ball in the dirt. Rortvet, the catcher, cocked the arm back but had no intention of making a throw, and he held it. That's a stolen base for PCA, his 27th of the year.
Yeah, huge jump. He went on first movement, steals the base easily. Stolen bases by the Cubs. They're sponsored by Turo Tires, Chicago's hometown tire. Get your tires at TuroTire.com. Well, you got a huge jump.
Now let's see if the Cubs can take their first lead of the game. That will really get this crowd going. Seiya waiting for Skubal in the 1-0. Off the outside. Now Skubal did something there that's interesting to me. He was looking at Pete taking his lead at second and started his delivery still looking back at second base.
Yep. He does some different things, and you know, he's so confident on the mound. That's the other thing.
Now the 2-0 is outside. 3-0 with Bregman on deck. Does Suzuki have the green light?
I think against guys like Skubal, absolutely. When you face elite pitchers and you get ahead in the count, you want to take advantage of it. I would say swing if you get a good pitch to hit.
The 3-0 is a strike, kind of on the outside corner.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. He just doesn't give in. He's got such good command of that fastball, and he painted the outside corner on Suzuki.
Game tied at 1. Pete Crow Armstrong leads at second base. 2 down, third inning. The pitch. Swing and a foul back. Full count.
3-1 changeup after the fastball away. See, now as a hitter, you're like, boy, I went to 3-0. He painted a fastball away, then 3-1 changeup in a good location. What am I going to get here? I look fastball.
3-2. Fastball is high. It just missed. It's a base on balls. I thought the Dodgers might challenge that pitch, actually. It was that close.
Yeah, pitch up and away, borderline.
Now it's up to Alex Bregman.
Boy, and here's where you need a big 2-out hit. He hits the ball in the gap or hits it out of here. This place will erupt.
Bregman bounced out to short his first time. Skubal to Bregman. And it's outside for a ball. Missed by a wide margin. 46 pitches delivered by Skubal so far with 2 outs in the third. Runners take their leads, first and second. The pitch. Upstairs, ball 2. Now what's your plan, Ron? 2-0.
I really think, you know what, after the bat from Suzuki, it would not surprise me if 2-0 he throws a changeup.
Here comes the 2-0. Popped up. It was a changeup. Shallow center. Coming in as Pajes. Easy play, and that ends the inning. Just as you called, Ronnie. Pulled the string. Bregman out in front. Pops out to end the inning. We go to inning number 4. We got a good one going. Cubs 1, Dodgers 1. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Pete.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Jack Leiter making his season debut.
He's 148K, second among all AL rookies.
Jack's 2-2. And a swing and a miss. There's his first strikeout of the season. He gets Mayo for the second out of the inning. Could be the way to pitch. Here's the 3-2. And that's right in there. Alonso just frozen.
Sinking fastball from Leiter. He retires the side in order for the first time tonight.
Big over-the-top windup and the 1-2 pitch. He struck him out swinging with a cutter at 94. Nice assortment of pitches there from Jack Leiter. And that new pitch, the cutter, strikes out Adley Rutschman. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Great screwball action, a changeup at 92. So Leiter making use of a couple of pitches he didn't even have 2 years ago when he made his major league debut.
It's 2-2 and a swing and a miss. Got him chasing a curveball, and Leiter, I don't know that he loved where that one ended up, but he got the job done.
Scoreboard, sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Right now, top of the fifth inning in Milwaukee. The Brewers are leading the Pirates 3-2. Jackson Churio and Andrew Vaughn both going deep for Milwaukee. A whole bunch of other games around Major League Baseball, including last of the seventh in New York. The Yankees are leading the Cardinals 2-0. George Lombard Jr. homers for his first major league hit. Pat?
Okay, Zach, thanks for your fine work as always. Javier Assad working on Andy Pages as the fourth inning commences. First pitch low and away. Pages, Freddie Freeman, and Max Muncy, the three Dodger batters in this inning. Each team with a solo home run. There's a strike and the count 1-1. Tomorrow it'll be Shota Imanaga against Eric Lauer in a battle of left-handers as this series continues and concludes tomorrow afternoon. Breaking ball missed, 2-1. Cubs 5.5 games behind Milwaukee. 7 games between the Cubs and Brewers remain. Brewers have the best record in all of baseball.
Yeah.
Just a half a game better than the Dodgers. Or maybe a game and a half ahead of the Dodgers now. But they're good again. Here's the 2-1 now to Pages. Big chop left side, charging Swanson, gloves it, sets the feet, makes the throw, gets him. And that's out number one. Love to watch his footwork at shortstop.
Outstanding, absolutely. Picks the longer hop, gets it, and is able to get rid of it.
One away, Freddie Freeman, the batter.
7 of the 10 outs so far, Patrick, have come on ground balls by Assad. That's great news for the Cubs.
And that's his game.
Absolutely. That's what we talked about at the Open. Is the thing that the Cubs have going for them with the wind blowing out is that two-seamer and then the slider from Assad.
The 0-1 to Freeman. Low and outside for a ball. Laz Diaz calling balls and strikes tonight. Eric Backus is the first base umpire. Down at second base, Brian O'Nora. And Chris Siegel making the decisions at third. The 1-1 inside to Freeman. The announcement of the umpire sponsored by Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Now the light's beginning to have some effect. Still some daylight left. And the 2-1. Freeman takes inside, didn't miss by much. 3-1.
Yeah, Assad tried that lane changer, throw it inside at Freeman's front hip and break it back over the inside corner. Just missed.
And the 3-1. Freeman takes ball 4. He kept jamming him with pitches in on the hands and ends up walking Freeman. Before Muncy steps in, we step away 10 for ID on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs Talk with Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Max Muncy batting, takes a strike, 0-1. With Ron Coomer, Pat Hughes at Wrigley, we thank you for joining us. Zach Zaidman working alongside. Paul Zarang, our excellent engineer at the controls. We're going to play the Binnings Beverage Depot attendance game here soon as Muncy swings and misses, 0-2.
First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. Big crowd again today. Big crowd.
Last night, 39,000 plus. Now the pitch to Muncy, swing and a miss. Strike 3. A 3-pitch strikeout. Muncy checking with Diaz as if to say, did I swing at a strike or did I swing at a bad ball? It looked pretty good, actually.
Yeah, good four-seam fastball, top of the zone. Muncy with that upshoot swing just couldn't catch up.
Strikeout number 2 for Javier Assad. Game tied at 1, 4th inning.
You want me to make the first guess today?
Sure.
I will say 40,050.
First pitch strike to Mookie Betts. I will say 40,104. 40104. Here comes the 0-1 to Betts. Mookie takes way outside for a ball.
I'm going to go 39,900.
Betts hit into a double play his first time. Veteran right-handed batter. And now the 1-1 to Mookie is taken for a strike. You look at Betts, he does not look like a slugger. He's not built like most sluggers are. But don't let that deceive you. He can hit a lot of home runs. Now the 1-2 stretch in the pitch. Hit in the air to right. Well hit. Back goes Suzuki. With room. Makes the catch. No runs, no hits. A walk and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Nothing, or rather 1-1 game. Tie game between the Cubs and the Dodgers on The Score and the Northwest.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
9 Ks, 6 scoreless. And Chris Sale continuing to add to his Cy Young resume.
Mona! 2-run bomb, and it's 4-2 Red Sox in the 10th.
And it's gone! Come on now, Griff! His heater rolls on, and the no-doubt shot! Schultz the fish in front!
You can't make this stuff up, Jack!
Red Sox walk it off and beat the Yankees in 12. What a comeback!
The Redbird winner! The Redbird winner! Light up the night in downtown St. Louis. The Cardinals came back with 3 in the 10th inning to beat the Cubs.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the golf green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
It's gonna be great.
League Leaders are sponsored by Gusto. Hire, pay, and grow your team with Gusto. We talk about this every night, but Yordan Alvarez leads baseball offensively in just about everything. A .329 batting average, number 1 in the majors. He's got the most home runs in the majors with 35. He is 2 off the RBI leader, Sal Stewart, who's got 86. Alvarez with 84. Alvarez also leads in on-base percentage, slugging, and OPS. As for the pitching side, Jacob Mizorowski, the ERA leader, 1.63.
Michael Busch leads off the inning, Zach, and takes low. What else you got?
Mizorowski also leads in strikeouts with 195. The wins leader is Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies with 14.
Busch will hit one in the air, shallow left, in the twilight. Does anybody see it? Yes. Hernandez, the left fielder, makes the catch. Out number 1.
And Tampa's Brian Baker is the saves leader, Pat, with 31.
Zach, thank you. The lights are on. Tonight's game powered by ComEd. Each team with a home run. Kyle Tucker hit one in the Dodgers' second inning. Dansby Swanson led off the Cubs' third with a long ball. Tarek Skubal to Nico Horner. Nico takes down low. See if Nico can get on and maybe think about stealing a bag. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way to Horner. Hit in the air, a pop fly. Shallow right, over toward the line is Tucker. Dancing underneath it and pulling it down for out number 2. 2 gone. Here's Tyrone Taylor.
Now School's got that, he's got that high fastball that he darts inside to the righties, away to the righties. He's got the breaking pitches and an excellent changeup tonight. But his fastball has that just little extra carry at the end that gets guys, instead of squaring it up, you pop it up.
Tyrone Taylor takes low. Skubal, good command. He's only walked 1 man. Walks to Cubs batters, by the way, sponsored by It's Not a Game, Illinois.com. Remember, a walk is free, a DUI is not. Drive sober or get pulled over. The 1-0. Bouncing ball to third, charging, gloving is Muncy, running throw to first in time. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. Cubs 1, Dodgers 1. At the end of 4 on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Oh, baby. Michael Busch lays out of the backhand.
Oh, what a grab by Goldschmidt.
Jumps into the netting, made the catch. Riley diving stop to his feet and a scoop on the other end.
He spins, he fires, and he got him.
All in one motion. Spins quickly to his feet.
That's about as good as it gets.
He dives, he makes the catch, he doubles, he hangs on to it.
Gobbled up and short.
Oh, it must be the big leagues.
Put a star next to that one. Oh, what a play at short. Colson Montgomery pops to his feet and throws in time. What a play.
Falling down, and he gets to first base in time.
Gloves, comes to his feet, throws to first in time. Spectacular defense.
Outstanding play by Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Put another line on his Gold Glove resume.
Nice play by Xander Bogaerts. The sliding pick and a perfect throw. Hard and short with a leap.
Durbin drives, backhanded by Monasterio, leaps and throws to first. That is spectacular.
And if you want a Cy Young, 73, 5, and 6, I've got an extra 5. And then it says, has worked as a TV commentator. And I did start back in 1978. I did the Yankees and the Red Sox playing the one-game playoff. And ABC said if the Yankees win, Reggie will play, and then you'll go broadcast with Howard Cosell and Keith Jackson. And that's how I started my broadcast. And that's the Bucky Dent home run. So every time I see Bucky Dent, I go, thank you for making me a broadcaster.
Spiegel and Holmes talk Cubs baseball and Chicago sports every weekday from 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score and the Odyssey app. Alongside Ron Coomer, Zach Zaidman with you, getting set for the top half of the fifth inning here at Wrigley Field. Game 2 of a 3-game set between the Cubs and Dodgers. Tied at 1, Kyle Tucker, a solo shot in the second for L.A. And as you can hear in the background, Tucker's about to stand in to lead off the Dodgers half of the fifth inning. Dansby Swanson tied the game with a solo shot in the third. Javier Assad working the mound for the Cubs. Right-hander, first base side of the rubber. Tucker, a left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. And Tucker swings and fouls this one out of play. Second deck off to the left, 0-1. And we finally have an attendance guest from the Maestro, our engineer Paul Zarang, going 39,222 tonight. Assad deals, and Tucker looks at a ball low and outside. A curve that missed, 1-1. Tucker now with 10 home runs after his solo shot in the second. Light wind blowing out. It was 83 degrees at first pitch. Sun beginning to set. Lights having a little bit more of an effect. Here comes the 1-1. Tucker swings and pops it foul out of play off to the left, 1-2.
In between pitches, the first and second pitch, Amaya got a new ball and started to throw it back, and Tucker put his head down, and Maya threw the ball right off his helmet. Welcome back, buddy.
1-2. Always have to have your head on a swivel in this game,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, you got to watch everything. You just never know what's going to happen around the ballpark.
Does that hurt?
You ever been hit in the head?
not
Would you like to?
Don't threaten yourself with a good time. Here comes the 1-2. Tucker pulls it on the ground, foul off to the right.
Honestly, it does not like that. It's jarring. Like, whoa, what was that? And then you figure out, oh,
right. I mean,
my old teammate just threw a ball off my coconut, but we're okay. We'll be all right.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a few injuries, a broken nose.
Yeah.
Was leaning in for a bunt in Little League and wasn't able to get out of the way of a running fastball. Here comes the 1-2. That one misses. 2-2 the count. Hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
There's one time I was standing, was getting ready to walk to the plate and hit, and a teammate of mine in the on-deck circle swung the bat without realizing I was there. So my cheek hurt. Here comes the 2-2. Line drive it to center field. It drops in for a base hit in front of Pete Crow Armstrong. So Tucker is 2 for 2, and he continues to get the treatment here at the friendly confines.
He's at 2 line drive bullets, one in the seats in left center, and now line drive back through the middle. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
No one out here in the top of the fifth. 1-1 game. Tucker, the go-ahead run at first, being held on by Bush. Teoscar Hernandez at the plate. He swings and misses at a fastball from Assad, 0-1. It's a two-seamer right at the top of the zone. Down the middle. Assad kicks and fires. And this one's pop foul on a play off to the right. Assad changing sides on the rubber. When Tucker was hitting, he was on the first base side, and now with Hernandez at the plate, that last pitch, he threw from the third base side of the rubber.
He's just doing it to get the angle with that two-seamer to make it more difficult on the hitter, whether it's a lefty or a righty. Not many guys do that, though. That's not easy to do.
The 0-2 in the dirt. It bounces away from Amaya off to the right, and Tucker takes second on the wild pitch. 1-2 the count on Hernandez.
Yeah, a little breaking ball, and Assad holds onto it too long and bounces this ball. Amaya trying to block it. He's on one knee, on that right knee, and the ball was to his right, so you really have a hard time moving too much to that side, and hit him in the side of his chest protector and went to the backstop.
So Tucker, the go-ahead run in scoring position at second. No one out here in the top of the fifth. 1-1 game, Cubs and Dodgers. Hernandez at the plate with a 1-2 count. He grounded out his first time up. Righty-righty matchup. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Assad gets Hernandez to chase a slider off the outside. One away.
Well, this is a pitch. This ball is 6 inches at least off the plate away, and Hernandez chases it. He had made up his mind he was swinging early, and he missed this ball by a foot.
Now the batter, Tommy Edman. The pitch. Edman looks at a strike from Assad. Slow-moving breaking ball that floated into the zone, 0-1. Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers are brought to you by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. One down, top 5 man at second. 1-1 game, Cubs and Dodgers. The 0-1 to Edman. This ground ball hit to short, fielded by Swanson. The throw across in time to get Edman 2 away, moving to third on the play, Tucker.
Another ground ball out for Assad, and that's that running fastball. And Edman hit it hard, but hit it right to the left of Dansby. Made a routine play out of it. First out of the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Ben Rortvedt, left-handed hitting catcher at the plate. He grounded out his first time up. Tucker at third, 2 away. The pitch. High. 1-0. Assad going with a 4-seam fastball.
Rortvedt hitting .234 with 6 bombs and 26 driven in AAA for the Dodgers. Got called up earlier today.
The 1-0 is low and outside. A curve that missed. 2-0. Assad wants a new baseball. Gets it from Amaya. 2-0 the count on Rortvedt. With Tucker at third, 2 down. 1-1 game, Cubs and Dodgers. Ramirez playing in, wide of third. The pitch. A comebacker hit past Assad, fielded behind the bag by Swanson. Sidearm throw to first in time. And that is out number 3. Tucker stranded at third base. Middle 5, 1-1. Cubs and Dodgers on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Cubs.
OU.edu today.
It's your next Cubs game from the Yeti Yard. Starting at just 4 tickets, your group will enjoy reserved seating, snacks, a ballpark meal, and a private Yeti beverage cooler stocked for the game. Learn more at Cubs.com/premier. There's always something exciting happening at Wrigley Field, whether it's between innings, during the game. We got a pitcher's duel going on right here as we get set for the bottom half of the 5th inning. 1-1 game, Cubs and Dodgers. Kyle Tucker, solo shot for L.A. Dansby Swanson, solo shot for the Cubs. Tarek Skubal on the mound. The left-hander works his motion and deals. Swanson swings and misses. Sinking fastball from Skubal, clocked at 96 miles per hour, 0-1. I say sinking fastball, but it's at the top of the zone, that 2-seamer. Skubal rocks back and deals. Swanson looks at a changeup that misses, 1-1.
Yeah, he just wants his fastball. He's got 2. He's got a 4-seamer and a 2-seamer. The two-seamer, he wants to have movement running either into the lefty, away to the righty, and the four-seamer, he likes to dart on either corner.
Swanson swings and misses. That was a slider from Skubal, 1-2.
Yeah, the four-seamer very straight, but very firm. It's 98 miles an hour he's topped out at tonight. Probably the best breaking ball of the night he just threw to Dansby, a little backdoor slider. Dansby swung through it. It was right on the outside corner.
1-2 the count. Swanson digs in. Right-handed batter stands deep in the box, hits out of a crouch, uses a toe tap. And the 1-2. Pop foul out of play off to the right by Swanson. They'll do it again. Skubal making his Dodger debut tonight after the big trade with Detroit. This is also the first time he's ever started a game at Wrigley Field. Skubal peers in, gets the sign from Workvet and deals. Swing and a miss, strike three. A curveball gets Swanson one away.
Well, he's got a lot of weapons, there's no doubt. And, you know, with the breaking ball, there are two speeds. A slider somewhere around the 88 mile an hour to 90 range, and then a curveball that he threw right there to Dansby was 80 miles an hour. So, I mean, he's staring up his pitches from 80 to 98 is the difference in the different pitches of velocity.
Pedro Ramirez looks at a slider low and outside. He's a switch hitter batting from the right side against the left-hander Skubal. One down, bottom five, 1-1 game. Cubs and Dodgers. Skubal, high leg kick and pitch. That's up high. 2-0 the count on Ramirez. Brett Counsell saying before the game that Clay Holmes, and I had a chance to interview him prior to the festivities tonight here on the pregame show. Clay Holmes' next start will be in the big leagues with the Cubs. Here comes the 2-0. Ramirez swings and misses. Changeup got him off balance. 2-1 the count. And that's encouraging,
great news,
right?
Absolutely, yes.
Holmes coming back from a broken fibula.
Now, I think he's had 3 rehab starts. Is that right, Steve? Is that what I read yesterday, I believe? But that's great news for the Cubs that he is able to get starting and pitching.
And a high fly ball hit to right center field. It's playable for Paez, who makes the catch for out number 2 as Ramirez flies out. It'll bring up Miguel Amaya. Cubs and Dodgers tied at 1. When Holmes is right, and he talked about it, you could hear the genuine excitement in his voice about being traded to the Cubs.
Yeah.
And he's played for some prestigious franchises, right?
Absolutely. And he's coming into an organization right now that you're going to be pitching in October. That'll fire you up.
Amaya fouls one out of play off to the right, 0-1. Just think of the infusion into the starting rotation with Kevin Gausman, who we have yet to see, but he'll be here, and he'll pitch shortly. And Clay Holmes. 2 veteran right-handers. Here's the 0-1. Amaya pops it up on the infield in the shortstop area, bets under it on the dirt, makes the catch for out number 3. Cubs go down in order in the 5th. We head to inning number 6, 1-1 game. Cubs and Dodgers on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk to me.
This is called a Crawford dog. Hamburger bun.
Yes.
2 split top Angus beef hot dogs griddled on the skillet, on the plancha.
Amazing.
And then we do a bacon onion jam with Crawford Bock beer.
Pick it up like a burger.
Pick it up like a burger and you just go in, man.
Let's go to town.
Yeah.
Dude. Best hot dog I've ever had. Best hot dog I've ever had. I love this, man.
This is how I grew up eating hot dogs.
Varsho going back to the warning track, slowing near the wall, leads, and he caught it. Dalton Varsho takes one away from Brady House.
Not that deep. Moniak on the move. Here's the throw to the plate. It is on line. Out at the plate. What a throw to cut down for Meade.
And with a dive, it's Tavares. He's able to scoop it off the green. That is a catch.
Line drive up the middle. Nunez dives. Hops to his feet. Oh, baby, what a play by Nasim Nunez.
This is line and diving at second is Cronenworth. His throw, got him! You can hit it anywhere, but you can't hit it to the crowd zone.
And on comes Bench diving, and he made the catch. Splendiferous play by Person.
Who's that? New social media manager, hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
You'll score big with everyday deals at Suits 2020 in Niles. From men's suits and formal wear to sports and casual wear. Suits 2020. We're more than just amazing suits. We're going to take a look at a little baseball history in this 6th inning. Ball game tied at 1. This date in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. Each team with a home run early in the game. Tucker, a 2nd inning home run for the Dodgers. Swanson, a 3rd inning home run for the Cubs. Good old-fashioned pitchers duel at Wrigley. Javier Assad working on Shohei Ohtani. First pitch in for a strike, 0-1. Ohtani has grounded out and lined out to right. Dangerous left-handed batter. Lines a base hit into left field. Over toward the line is Taylor. Ohtani will hold with a leadoff single. And the Dodgers have a man on to start this 6th inning. Andy Paje is coming up. The late, great Tom Seaver, 1985, became the 17th pitcher in big league history to win 300 games as he was pitching at Yankee Stadium, beat the Yankees. Tom Terrific. Got to know him a little bit when he was a Mets announcer late in his life. Passed away at a very young age. Absolutely a great pitcher, though, Tom Seaver. Andy Pages the batter. Nobody out in the man at first. Pages will poke it foul off to the right, out of play. 1982, this almost seems inconceivable. There was a guy by the name of Joel Youngblood, and listen to what he did. After driving in the winning run in a Mets victory over the Cubs at Wrigley, he was traded. Later in the day, he would fly to Philadelphia, put on a uniform, and single for the Expos, becoming the first player ever to have a hit for 2 different teams in the same day in 2 different cities. It's amazing.
It really is. I remember that, too, don't you?
Sure.
When it happened, yeah, that was big news around baseball.
Joel Youngblood. The great Rod Carew had his 3,000th hit on this date in 1985 against Frank Viola. Andy Pages, the batter, hits a ground ball to third, fielded by Ramirez. Go to second, 1. Horner to first. Double play. Quickly, 2 down, nobody on. That is the second double play that Pedro Ramirez has started over at third base tonight.
Saad just keeps throwing them ground balls. This ball's in sharply, but right at Ramirez. And he has just been incredible on defense here for the Cubs, no matter where they play him. Starts the 5-4-3 double play.
Nice turn by Nico as the middleman. Freddie Freeman, the batter, takes a strike. Ball game tied at 1.
$11 outs posted by 12 outs posted by Assad on ground balls today.
That's his game.
Yeah. I think it goes back to what you were saying, too, earlier, Pat, right as we were going on the air. You pitch against a guy who's one of the elite pitchers in the game, and he's getting all, everybody's talking about him starting, and I'm telling you, it pumped Assad up. There's no doubt.
Line drive off the glove of a leaping Horner. It caroms into shallow right center field for a base hit for Freeman. Tremendous effort by Nico. Ball was hit so hard, it's one of those rounds you're not sure exactly when to start your dive. And he might have started a little bit too late. But it was almost an impossible play.
Yeah, great effort by Nico. And that'll bring out Craig Counsell. What a day for Javier Assad.
He kept the Cubs in the game. Listen to this ovation he gets. Pitching change forthcoming. Great ovation for Javier Assad. Pitching changes by the Cubs, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, citing.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Center field. This one's deep. Watch it fly. Gone. How about it? Riley Green's first of the postseason delivers a 4-3 lead for the Tigers in the sixth.
Wow, just stayed on that breaking ball. Man, did he hammer that thing. That was...
It's 4-2, top of the seventh inning in Milwaukee. Andrew Vaughn and Jackson Churio both going deep. Other action, Yankees leading the Cardinals 2-0 now in the top half of the ninth inning in New York. Pat?
Okay, Zach, thank you. Left-hander Ryan Rollison takes over on the mound. Max Muncy, the left-handed batter, with Freddie Freeman at first. 2 down, top of inning number 6 in a 1-1 game.
Now this is one of those situations where you gotta pitch carefully to Muncy. He's going to be looking to hit a ball out of the park.
First pitch by Rollison, just off the inside corner.
Yeah, they were going to. I thought they were going to challenge that. Laz Diaz didn't see Amaya right away challenging. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Let's see what we got.
It's good. It is a strike. Good challenge.
It's a little inside slider that catches the inside corner.
The long-legged left-hander, Rollison, looking at Freeman take his lead at first. He's being held by Bush. And the pitch just off the inside corner. And the count 1-1. Dodgers have lost 4 in a row. They've had leads in all 4 of those games. Here comes the 1-1, swing and a miss. They had a very brief lead in this game.
Yeah. Boy, that last pitch, that's a great slider by Rollison. This ball starts out inside and it ends up down and away.
It's 1-2, lefty to lefty. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fooled him on another breaking ball. Muncy tried to check, but way too late. And the inning comes to an end. Dodgers don't score. It's still a 1-1 game. Cubs and L.A.
Here comes DeLuca, closing, got it. Straight ahead, nice job by Johnny DeLuca.
Snagged nicely by Young. Thornton gets over to cover, and they get the out.
Makes a leap at the wall, and he makes the grab. A great catch by Julio.
It is a long run, and Jeremy gets there right in front of the sliding Lamont Wade Jr.
On the run is Crawford, and he makes the sliding grab.
Diving stop Nunez. From his knees, throws to Garcia in time for the out at first.
Coming on for Osuna. He lays out and makes the catch. What a play, Alejandro Osuna.
Diving stop, Miggy Rowe. He's still got it. Diving stop on one hop by Turner. To his feet, throws in time.
Holy smokes. Mitchell coming on, slides and makes the catch.
A nice play by G-Mitch out there in center field.
Halpin going back on the run at the track, leaping up, and he makes the catch. What a play by Petey Halpin.
Junior Caminero steps in. One of the tougher nights, at least so far. Plenty of time, though.
And there's the drive. High, deep, all the way back. Deepest
And that baby is gone. Habanero, another monster shot.
Another chase home run for Junior. Fourth player in race history with multiple 30 home run seasons.
They're going to factor that one at 453.
Every bit of it. That banged off from a catwalk way up there too. And that ball was blister.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Call D&W, Chicago's injury law group. They'll fight to make it right. Call the 8s, 312-888-8888.
Pete Crow Armstrong's on deck for the Cubs. Who's on deck is sponsored by TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Huh?
All right, Zach. Cubs have the top of the order batting here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 1-1 game. Tarek Skubal still on the mound for L.A., making his Dodger debut. Only one blemish, the home run by Dansby Swanson in the 3rd. Let's see if Pete Crow Armstrong can start a rally. Pete has struck out and singled. Fans take up the PCA chant. Pete Crow Armstrong. Here's the 1-0. Pete chops it foul. Well, let me ask you this. Against an elite pitcher, and I know you faced all of the best pitchers in your era, in the big leagues, both leagues. How many times would you have to see a guy, how many at-bats before you started to get an idea of what to do against him?
It takes a little bit. You know, there's some guys' styles fit you better than other guys' styles. And some guys you just never feel comfortable and have that comfortable at-bat.
Pete swings and misses, 1-2.
You know, Roger Clemens was dominant, like crazy dominant, right? But he threw a high, straight fastball and then worked the split. So I did okay. I got some hits against Roger, hit a home run. He probably struck me out a bunch too. But if I saw that high fastball, I didn't want to miss that pitch. Randy Johnson, now I did okay against. His pitches were coming into me, and I did okay. Pedro Martinez, I couldn't hit him if he threw it underhand.
Pete swings and misses at a fastball, and that's out number 1. Skubal gets the strikeout. That is his 6th of the game. Ball game tied at 1. And the batter is Seiya Suzuki.
See what's on tap here in the 6th inning, sponsored by Yingling Flight, next generation light beer. Cubs need to put one in flight here against Skubal.
Seiya takes the low and in.
Seiya with 19 home runs.
Skubal's pitch count at 70. As this 6th inning has one away with nobody on. The big lefty kicks and fires outside, ball 2.
And because he throws so many strikes and he's on the attack, he's in the 6th inning here with 1 out, and he's at just over 70 pitches, 71 pitches to your point. That's how you go deep in the ballgame.
Seiya has flied to center and walked. Takes a changeup down low. 3-0, green light?
Absolutely. If I'm facing a guy like this, I don't even look at the third base coach. I don't know what he says. I just want to swing.
Sure, that makes great sense.
If I get a fastball up in the zone, I'm hacking at this baby.
3-0 on the way. Taken very high for ball 4. Skubal, a momentary lapse, kind of walking around behind the mound. A little bit upset at himself. That last pitch missed by a wide margin. I think that might be what really bothered him.
Yeah, he overthrew that last pitch, and it was way up and away.
Seiya walks for the 2nd time. And he hasn't walked anybody else on the team, but he's passed Seiya twice. 1 out, 1 on. 6th inning, game tied. Alex Bregman at the plate. Pitch on the way to Alex. Hit in the air to right field and deep. Back goes Tucker near the warning track. At the wall, it's off the wall. Bouncing back toward the infield. The center fielder, Pages, retrieves it, gets it back in. It's a double. Suzuki goes to 3rd. Bregman doubling off the wall and right.
Well, he hits this ball in the wind. You know, Tucker has played out there all season last year, but he kind of drifts on this ball, and you know you cannot drift on the ball as an outfielder when it's hit fairly hard in the air with that wind blowing out, and he does, and it bangs off the wall. He just missed catching it, but it ends up being a double.
Now the infield is in. Michael Busch, the former Dodger, stepping in. Boy, this crowd is making some noise now.
Boy, this isn't at bat for Michael. You got to dial into left field. Try to go the other way against Skubal.
Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball. Ball game on the line. It's only the 6th inning, but it's a low-scoring game. 1-1 is the score. Runners at second and third, one away for the Cubs. Busch has struck out and flied to left. Boy, these fans are buzzing at Wrigley. Love these moments. The 1-0 to Busch. Swing and a chop foul. Suzuki at third. Bregman with the infield in can get a fairly sizable lead at second. The outfield is straight away. Busch has done good work against the Dodgers in his brief career. The 1-1. Rolled out to second, trying to score as Suzuki. The throw to the plate is in time. The throw was high from Edman, but the catcher, Rortvedt, reached up and then dove down and tagged out Suzuki, who tried to go around the catcher to the backside of home plate. He was out easily, and that's out number 2. Runners at first and third, 2 down. And the batter is Nico Hoerner.
Yeah, the slide at the plate for Suzuki. This is one of those things where you wonder if Craig Counsell, you could talk about blocking of home plate. That was one of those where the foot came down and really didn't give him a lane to slide in. But it happened very quick. It's just one of those plays.
How about a surprise bunt by Nico Hoerner? He takes outside, did not show bunt. There's 2 outs, I'm aware of that, but I'm looking at Muncy. He's playing deep at third.
Yeah, Muncy's way back.
And somebody in the dugout motioned him to move in a little bit.
I'd love to see Nico just try to shoot that hole on the right side.
Hoerner twice has flied to right.
He's just been underneath some of these pitches and popped them up. If he can just stay on top of this fastball, he can shoot it through the right side.
Here comes the pitch to Hoerner. Drilled foul off to the right, out of play.
See, and that's that little extra something that's on his fastball that you know, Nico's one of the best at getting on top of that fastball to shoot it the other way, and it just has that extra jump, and you're just not on top of it.
A ball and a strike. Tie game, 6th inning. Runners at first and third, 2 down. Nico hits a big chopper towards second base. That's going to be a base hit. Cubs take the lead. A kangaroo bounce. It must have hit right down on home plate. It jumped 90 feet up in the air, landed between the mound and second base. Edman got the ball and had no play anywhere. RBI single. Dave Roberts is going out to argue something. What would it be, Ron?
Well, what he's talking about is the ball's chopped. Edman's coming in, and the runner, Busch, going to second base. He's saying he interfered with Edman coming in. I did see that Edman kind of veered away from Busch, and, you know, they're both going to the same spot. Edman had no play on it, though, at all, and Dave Roberts takes a slow walk back to the dugout. It's going to be an RBI infield single for Nico Hoerner.
That's about as high as you'll ever see a ball bounce when it is chopped right down on home plate.
Yeah, the old Baltimore chop. Isn't that what they used to call that years ago?
Cubs lead 2-1. Tyrone Taylor, the batter. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Taylor takes a strike.
Taylor hits one in the gap here. You talk about making an impact on the fans in your first day. He doubles here. He'll be one of the fan favorites.
Taylor has struck out and grounded out. Tarek Skubal delivers. This ball is very high, 1-1.
Doubles by Cubs batters, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Well, you could really use another one of them doubles in this inning.
Cubs leading the defending world champions by a score of 2-1. And the 1-1 pitch fouled away by Taylor.
He wasn't looking to hit a double on that swing. He was looking to hit one on to Waveland Avenue.
A walk, a double, a fielder's choice, and an infield RBI single by Nico Horner. Unusual rally, but a very welcome one for the Cubs. Now the 1-2 from Tarek Skubal. Very high. He's starting to miss Ron by a wider margin than he has at any time all night.
Yeah, I would think, Pat, in a normal night, he would still be pretty fresh. I would think the adrenaline of pitching early in this game, being the first game for the Dodgers, he expended a lot of extra energy.
A little looper back of second, coming in and making the catch is Pages to end the inning. A little flare, shallow center. Pages made the running grab, but Nico Horner delivers an infield run-scoring single. As we go to the 7th inning, Cubs 2, Dodgers 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do it like brisket, wrap, and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, the end is with it. He's out. Yes, sir. He is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Cubs have the lead now for the very first time in the game. If you're just joining us, the Dodgers scored on a home run by Kyle Tucker in the second. Dansby Swanson tied the game with a Cubs third-inning home run. It stayed 1-1 until the bottom of that 6th inning when Nico Horner's infield single drove in Alex Bregman with the go-ahead tally. Mookie Betts leads it off for the Dodgers here in the 7th inning. First pitch from Rollison is in there for a strike. Betts has bounced into a double play and lined out to right. Here comes the 0-1. Mookie takes down low for a ball. This is Game 5 in what will be a 6-game season series between the two teams. They have split the first 4. Now the 1-1. Taken down low for a ball, and that is going to be challenged by Miguel Amaya. He thought it was at the knees. We'll soon find out if he was right. Cubs challenge.
Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
Yeah. Oh, boy. That got a lot of the strike zone.
Laz didn't see that one all that well. I'm sure he must have got blocked out by Amaya.
It's 1-2 on Mookie Betts. And the 1-2 pitch. Curveball is down low, 2-2.
Laz Diaz, the home plate umpire tonight. Well, he's been a very good umpire. Kind of a pitcher's umpire before we had this new challenge system, but Always been a very good umpire. Very good guy, too.
The 2-2. Breaking ball missing now, 3-2. We're going to get the attendance figure here soon. We might even be getting it at this very moment. Let's see if Rollison can get Mookie Betts. The 3-2 drilled foul down the left field line. No empty seats to be seen. Great atmosphere. There always is when these two teams play, here and at Dodger Stadium. You always have about 20,000 Cub fans in L.A. Bouncer to short to his left. Swanson gloves it, makes the pick, and the throw and gets him. Betts bounces out to short, one away, and the batter is Kyle Tucker.
Nice play by Dansby at short. That was not an easy pickup, as you said, Pat. He got an in-between hop. Ball kind of came up on him. He caught that ball with the glove, the heel of the glove, and then his hand on top of it. Nice play by Dansby.
Tucker has homered and singled. And the pitch on the way to Tucker, a swing and a foul.
First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Ramirez, the third baseman, about 40 feet off the line against the left-handed batter. Tucker swings and fouls it. You can tell Tucker has a little bit of an uppercut. He's trying to launch one right here.
Yeah, I think he's got a little extra juice, too. You know, you come back to Wrigley Field and, you know, fans let him know how much they appreciate it. They let him have it the last two nights. And he got a couple hits yesterday, a homer and a single today already.
He was kind of hot and cold in his 1 year with the Cubs. He started off hitting great and power and driving in runs, and then he went into a long slump, and then he got hot again in August, and then he left. All right, ready for the resumption of play. One away, seventh inning. Cubs 2, Dodgers 1. Bases empty. And the strike 2 pitch to Tucker. Bouncing ball second base side. Horner's got it. Throws to first. Out number 2.
Good pitch, little high cutter. And Tucker just pulls off that ball enough to roll over a little ground ball right at Nico. And that will bring out Craig Counsell to make a pitching change. Good job by Rollison.
Craig wanted Rollison to face the left-handed batting Tucker. As soon as that confrontation is over, Rollison will leave. A right-hander comes in, and we'll take a...
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
For 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Right-hander Tyler Ferguson, the new man on the mound. Oscar Hernandez at the plate for the Dodgers. First pitch from the right-hander, dips down low for ball 1. Cubs lead 2-1 here at Wrigley Field. Cubs trying to make it 2 in a row. They won last night 10-5. Here's a pop fly. Might be playable, is playable. Foul territory, first base side. Michael Busch makes the catch. Inning over. Dodgers don't score. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Cubs 2, Dodgers 1 on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network. And we are ready for the stretch. So let's enjoy.
All the way from Sesame Street, Cookie Monster.
Hello, Cub fans. Tonight, C is for Cubbies and cookies. All right, let me hear ya. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Me out to the ground. Cookies and Cracker Jack. Need not care if me ever get back. Root for the Cubbies. If they don't win it, the shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs and eat some cookies. Nom nom, nom nom nom, oh yeah, nom 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 nom. Go Cubbies!
Spiegel and Holmes.
And what do we got? Oh, it's one of those parabolic mics. This is one of the sillier delays that I've seen. Gino Hackett on his heels, a little high. It's airmailed into right field.
Heath at third, backpedaling, and he can't make the catch. That was awkward.
Trying a little trickeration, nobody fell for it. It's worth a shot, why not?
Oh, that's funny. Wait till they mass market them, like the Grimace.
Yeah.
This is his 50th appearance of the year, so he's been used a lot.
Now, Pat, we have sang the 7th inning stretch, you and I, and the whole booth has sang it. You know, we'd usually do it at least once or twice every year. What did you think of that one tonight?
Cookie Monster?
Sure, yeah.
I found it enthralling. Dansby Swanson will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning and take a strike. How about you? What did you think?
Oh, my.
Swanson will try to crank up a rally that would allow the Cubs to get an insurance run or 2 or 6.
I think I'll pass on the chocolate chip cookies tonight. Yeah.
Because of Cookie
Monster?
Monster?
Yeah, it didn't look too appealing, yeah.
Well, there's a little pressure when you're a live performer like the Cookie Monster was. Here's the 0-2 pitch taken outside for a ball. 1-2. We know about live performances, Ron, so you kind of have some empathy for him, didn't you?
Yeah. Sure.
Swanson waiting for the 1-2. Driven in the air, left center field, base hit, over toward the alley. That's going to be picked up by Hernandez. He drops it. It's going to be a double for Swanson. His second big hit of the game. I'm not sure if they'll give him a double or a single and an error. Bottom line, he's at second with nobody out, and the Cubs leading by a run.
I think this is going to be a double. I don't think Dansby was going to stop. Hernandez never does get to this ball. He's at the dead run, hits him in the edge of the glove. This is going to be a double, I got to believe. Dansby with a good swing of the bat. Doubles by Cubs hitters, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense.
Pedro Ramirez showing bunt. And the pitch bunted foul. Pedro trying to advance the runner. It could be a very big run in this game.
So for Ramirez, if he is going to bunt, Freddie Freeman is crashing extremely hard from first. You've got to get the barrel of the bat going up the third base line, up the first base line. I take that back. Up the first base line and just try to catch the ball. You really want to bunt this ball at Muncy at third.
Here comes the 0-1 from the left-hander Vesia. He will bluff a throw to second. The crowd thought it was a balk. It was not. He was clearly off the rubber.
Yeah, that's a good move by Vesia just to see for his infielders if Ramirez is going to bunt again. He did not show bunt.
The 0-1. A swing and a smash foul. Looked like Pedro was trying to hit it behind the runner to the right side. Now it's 0-2, Ron. What's the plan here?
You got to put the ball in play the best you can. If you can get something to shoot the other way, great. You're trying to at least hit a ground ball to the right side and get Dansby to third.
Cubs 2, Dodgers 1. The starters are the pitchers of record. Javier Assad on the positive side. Tarek Skubal on the other. Now the 0-2 to Pedro Ramirez. The lead by Swanson at second base. Big chopper to third. Glove by Muncy on the short hop and a running throw to first in time as Swanson had to hold at second base. And that's out number 1. Before Amaya bats, 10 for ID on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody. Middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network. WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1, Chicago.
Let's see if Amaya now can come through. He has struck out and popped out. The left-hander Vesia delivers to Miguel. It's very high for a ball. Cubs looking to get 16 games above 500. Trying to clinch a series win regardless of what would transpire tomorrow when these two teams play a day game. Amaya takes down low.
7th inning stretch tonight. That was sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone. Ready for wherever the road takes you.
Pete Crow Armstrong is on deck. Swanson a pretty good lead down at second base. And the left-hander Vesia, after Dansby does some dancing, Vesia backs off the rubber. You're trying to just distract him a little bit as a runner at second. Isn't that basically what you're doing, Ron?
Yeah, and the other thing, too, right now is if Vesia doesn't pay any attention to him, then you get a running lead, you take third.
Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Holding at second, Swanson as Betts with a sidearm long throw in time to first base, and that's out number 2. And it's up to Pete Crow Armstrong. Cubs lead by a run. They would love to get another run before this inning ends. We're in the 7th. And let's see if Pete can come through. He is 1 for 3 in the game. And he'll take just outside for ball 1.
Vesia's fastball right over the top. So it's going to get just a little bit of run back towards home plate unless he tries to cut it. But pretty straight.
Now the 1-0 to Pete. A swing and a line drive, base hit, right center field. Scoring on the play is Swanson. Run scoring single. Pete Crow Armstrong. Cubs lead 3-1.
When you play in big games, your star players have to play big. You see it in the playoffs all the time. Pete Crow Armstrong gets this fastball. It's down, but it's middle of the plate. Smokes this ball to right to drive in a run. Big swing of the bat for the Cubs by Dansby and Pete Crow Armstrong.
Dave Roberts is going to make a pitching change. Cubs have an insurance run now, lead 3-1. And the Dodgers, with this pitching change, it's sponsored by Sloan, the water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water.
Coming off AL Player of the Week honors, where he hit over 400 with 3 homers, Bobby Witt Jr. was all gas, no brakes.
And grounded inside the bag and up the line. Played poorly off the sidewall by Carpenter. How far will Bobby go? And Vance Wilson is going to let him come to the plate. He is in there.
To say Bobby is on a tear is an understatement. His gap-to-gap power and that lightning speed has him among the major league leaders in hits, stolen bases, and WAR. He also just happens to be one of baseball's premier defensive players.
Goodness, that's why he's one of the best in the game.
That is how you win a Gold Glove in back-to-back seasons, and last year earned a Platinum Glove.
Baseball fans are bearing witness to something special.
He's their go-to guy in all situations, whether it's defensively, offensively, running the bases, complete player.
A primetime player in his prime.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Evan Phillips, the new right-handed pitcher for the Dodgers. Right as he warms up, the thought occurs to me that Pete Crow Armstrong and Shohei Ohtani figure to be right near the top of the MVP voting at the end of the year. There's still a third of the season to go, and who knows how it'll pan out. Who knows who's going to get red hot or who might slump. But having said that, Ohtani was the leader before his knee started troubling him, as Seiya Suzuki is batting. And there goes Pete. He's going to try to steal the throw to second, not nearly in time. Pete Crow Armstrong with a stolen base, his second of the game. And let's see if Seiya can drive him in. But as long as Ohtani is not able to pitch, I would say that elevates Pete Crow Armstrong higher in the MVP vote than Ohtani.
Yeah, I would say for right now, absolutely. You know, the thing about Ohtani being a two-way player is incredible. But if he's not pitching, then you just put numbers against numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete being one of the elite defenders in the game, that gives him an advantage.
Let's see if Seiya can drive in a run. Phillips, the right-hander, deals. It's low and inside. Ball one.
Stolen bases by the Cubs are sponsored by Atturo, Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe with Atturo tires. Find yours at Atturo.com.
Pete now with 65 RBIs as he leads down at second base. Seiya takes outside. It's 2-1. The crowds have been just amazing, not only in terms of numbers, but the enthusiasm and the atmosphere they've created these last couple of nights. Ron, has been remarkable. I will never get tired of that. 2-1 pitch, line drive, center field, base hit. Pete's going to score. The throw will go to second base, and the Cubs have scored again. Seiya Suzuki with an RBI single. 4-1 Cubs lead. Listen to this crowd.
We talked about it earlier in the game. It's got the playoff atmosphere, and you can hardly hear anything at Wrigley Field as Seiya gets this inside fastball and just dumps it in the center. Little jam shot single to drive in another run. Second run of the inning for the Cubs.
So the stolen base immediately is cashed in. And here's Alex Bregman. And he'll take high for a ball. Sometimes, Ron, you see a guy who makes not only a lot of steals, but significant steals that lead directly to your team scoring a run. There almost should be a special category for those.
Yeah, I would agree.
Now the 1-0 to Bregman. And he'll take outside for a ball. Bregman had a big double back in the 6th inning, and that set up the Cubs' second run.
We're coming in live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Phillips, the right-hander, deals. This ball is hitting the air to right down the line, slicing near the corner. That ball is going to be foul. Long drive opposite field, but it drifted into the stands deep down the line.
The one thing we know about Wrigley Field with the wind blowing out, the ball that goes down the line gets blown back towards fair territory.
Yeah, the 2-1 from the right-hander Phillips. Very short lead by Suzuki at first. There's a bouncing ball to third. Glove by Muncy goes to second. There's the force. That's the inning. But a prosperous 2-run rally for the Cubs. We go to the 8th inning. Cubs 4, Dodgers 1. This is the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel. What?
Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
Just when we think we've seen it all, baseball gives us something new to talk about.
Splits two defenders and makes a great grab.
The kick is good, right through the flying uprights. Whoa, went down inside his chest protector.
That's not a catch?
Make way for Batman. People would love this if we did Lady in the Tramp.
Ronald Acuna Jr. pouring dirt into Ozzie Albies' glove.
He flips the entire glove to first base.
Fast and furious and dead on.
Now let's dive into this week's top plays.
Is pulled and a leaping grab by Shoebake.
Carson Bench with a pulchritudinous play.
Moving fast toward big league stardom.
Randy Rosarena! Superman catch!
What a leaping grab by Quan.
And those 39-year-old legs are still cooking.
Oh, are you kidding me, Petey? Help it.
Oh, hey now, hey now. What a play by Ryan McMahon.
How about that?
Los Angeles. And this 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids. 877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars of the K to donate your car today, Patrick.
Well, we get our first look at a right-hander acquired a couple of days ago at the deadline. Ryan Zephyr-John came over from the Angels. He had spent his entire big league career with the Angels. He appeared in 119 games, all but one out of the bullpen. Tommy Edman will lead off the Dodger 8th inning. Edman tonight is 0-for-2. Cubs lead 4-1. Zephyr-John to Edman. First pitch strike, 0-1.
Think about Zephyr-John. He's brought in here. The Cubs were looking for a big power arm. He's on the mound right now.
He's working from the stretch. He brings it. Here's a ball grounded towards second. Horner to his right. Gloves it. Throws to first. Gets him. Good play by Nico, out number 1.
Good start here to the 8th inning. First out in the innings, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
The attendance tonight, 40,584. It's one of those nights they've had an effect. It's always impossible to say how many runs or how many defensive plays the crowd led to or inspired the team to, but they've been a factor. Let's just put it that way and move on. Alex Call, the batter, takes a strike. Looks like I was a little bit closer in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. I'm getting a rousing ovation from the back row.
Sounded like a Zaidman.
Sounded like somebody slapping at a bug.
Well, we got a few of them in the booth tonight.
0-2 on Alex Call. Call, right-handed batter, open stance. And the pitch to Call is outside for a ball.
Cubs pitching changes. They're sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs.
Zephyr John went from a team going nowhere, the Angels, to Wrigley Field, a team with high hopes. And the 1-2 pitch popped up. Left side might be playable. Ramirez over near the dugout. Does he have a room? Yes! He went right to the railing and leaned over into the Cub third base dugout and made the catch. 2 down.
Excellent play. The key to the play is getting to the front of the dugout early enough where you can kind of gauge where you've got to lean in. Cubs dugout helping them out a little bit. Some of the pitchers just getting out of the way. Maybe that's the best thing. He made a nice catch right in the Cubs dugout.
Shohei Ohtani, the batter. The Cubs enjoying a 3-run lead. We're in the 8th inning. 2 down, nobody on. But the baseball trading deadline run has always produced stories like that. Guys on teams that are going nowhere with losing records. Here comes the 1-0. But they're attractive because individually they're good. Whether they're a pitcher, a bullpen guy, an everyday player. And you go from a team that's under 500 to a team that is playing every single game with an eye to the playoffs.
Yeah,
Here's a drive to left, deep, but I think it's playable for Taylor. It is. He's got it. Welcome to the Cubs, Ryan Zephyr John. 1, 2, 3, 8th inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cubs 4, Dodgers 1 on the score on the North.
Well, when we moved downtown San Diego from Qualcomm to Petco Ballpark, new uniforms were on the way, and this is the Padre home white. This jersey is from 2007, which was a career year for myself, winning a Cy Young. There's some different memories that stand out. One in this uniform against the Braves, where I struck out a Padre record 16, wearing this jersey, trying to make the Padre and the Friar faithful proud.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
To build this for them and spend the last year of coming up with this concept and getting it off the ground and getting everybody here, it just feels really good to have everybody coming and experiencing the thing that we've been working so hard on. To be able to take the experiences of Comic-Con and add that to a card show just is really fulfilling, because as somebody who grew up going to card shows and still goes to the same card show in the same church basement in Trumbull, Connecticut every month, it's great. Card shows are amazing, but to be able to add all of this experience is what makes this great.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Illinois State University. Apply today at illinoisstate.edu.
The ultimate goal of an MLB fan, seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. MLB.com/Journey to 30 sweeps. Pat?
Edwin Diaz just activated. He missed 81. Let me correct that. He missed 85 games after elbow surgery in April to remove loose bodies in his elbow, and he's back on the active list only within about the last week or so. And he'll be on in relief here tonight, facing Michael Busch. Bottom of the 8th inning, Cubs on top 4-1. And Busch hits a pop fly foul off to the left and out of play. I remember, Ron, when he went down, some people were thinking he's probably done for the year, but he's made a pretty quick recovery.
Yeah, and he has. You know, when you're playing for a team like the Dodgers, he's only thrown 8 innings all season.
Diaz used to be the closer for the Mets. Always a hard thrower.
Yeah.
Busch fouls it away 0-2.
But I think this is one of those outings where he probably hasn't pitched a lot. You know, we know he hasn't pitched a lot yet, and Dave Roberts can get him into this game and just get him an inning, even though the Dodgers are down.
Fastball away. The new catcher for L.A., as they have a brand new battery, is Hunter Fiducia. Cubs 4, Dodgers 1, bottom of the 8th inning. And the pitch on the way, low and inside. I believe the Cubs starter, Javier Assad, is still the pitcher of record on the positive side. And Tarek Skubal is on the hook at this point. Diaz taking a little extra time, working on the left-handed batting Michael Busch. And he hits a little nubber on the ground to third, charging, picking, Muncy running through to first in time. Out number 1.
Michael, a little cue shot off the end of the bat. But whether Javi gets the W or not tonight, you know, depending on, I'm not sure if he was still in the game or the game was tied when he came out, but 5 2/3 innings, only 4 hits, 1 run given up. I mean, and a boatload of ground balls, which in a game like this, you were hoping that would be the case, and it was the case. And Javi outpitched one of the best pitchers in the game.
Opposing pitching changes brought to you by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Nico Horner takes inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Nico drove in a run with a high bouncing infield RBI single in the 6th inning, and that's the one that gave the Cubs the lead. He hit it right down off home plate. It bounced at least 90 feet up in the air, landed between the mound and second base as the go-ahead run scored. Deep drive to left. Back toward the wall. Gone. Nico Horner.
This ball is crushed to left field. Nico gets this ball out front, catches it, line drive rocket to the bleachers. Big swing in the bat for the Cubs and a little exclamation point here in the 8th.
His 7th of the year. His second hit, his second RBI of the game. He's got 53 runs batted in. And the Cubs now with their biggest lead, 5-1.
That'll bring out Mark Pryor out to the mound to talk to Diaz. Diaz, that high fastball, a little slider. Actually, I think it was a slider. Nico stayed on it and hit a bomb to left.
Ron, it's about time for you to think about the Toast of the Game ball player presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Certainly some candidates, but I think I know who you're going to pick.
Yeah. There's some offensive guys that have done very well today, but I think you got to go with the young starter, don't you?
Absolutely.
Javier Assad today, as we were talking about, 5 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run given up, pitched into the 6th inning. And when you look at who he was matched up against, Skubal threw great today, too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but the Cubs are going to get a chance to get a W here in 3 more outs because of Javier Assad's efforts.
Fastball away to Ian Happ. 8th inning with 1 away. The Cubs lead 5-1. Happ looks at a ball outside. It's 2-0. Please stay tuned for the Old National Bank Cubs radio postgame show with Zach Zaidman, the official bank of the Cubs radio network. Fastball is outside, 3-0 to Happ. Zach will have scores from all over the big leagues. Highlights of this game and more.
There you go.
Always got to remember that and more part. That's when you run out of things to say. You can always use that as your final comment.
There you go. Hold on, let me write that down. And more.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like your closing statement as the lawyer.
Yeah.
Okay, I rest my case. Yeah, the 3-2 to Ian Happ. Time call. Ian backs away. Here comes Diaz. Pitch fouled away by Ian Happ. Day game tomorrow. Shota Imanaga will start for the Cubs. Dodgers will counter with left-hander Eric Lauer. And the pitch. Happ takes ball 4. One away in the inning, a run in, a man at first. Happ will undoubtedly stay in the game and play left field after he pinch hit for Taylor. And here's Dansby Swanson. He's had a good game. Dansby a homer, a double. He has scored twice. He's made some nice plays on defense. And I think, Ron, to repeat, his homer was the first run against Tarek Skubal, and that was a big run.
That's a great point. Absolutely. You kind of break the ice against one of the elite pitchers in the game early in the ballgame.
Here's a base hit to left. Dansby having a game. He has now a single, double, and home run. That's always healthy for the batting average.
It's absolutely. He gets a little tight little cutter or slider, and he hammers this ball in the hole between short and third.
Pedro Ramirez ready to step in. One away in the inning. Cubs trying to break the game completely wide open. They already lead 5-1 in the last of the 8th inning. Pedro Ramirez fouls it away. Pedro is a guy who would love to join that hit column. He's 0 for 3. He's made some nice plays at third, though.
Yeah, he started 2 double plays that were key in this ballgame. One, a tough one going to his left.
He's batting left-handed and takes the pitch from Diaz high. Ball 1. Cubs lost 2 out of 3 to the Yanks to start the homestand, trying to beat the Dodgers. Back-to-back games. Here's a chopper foul past first. But this would clinch the series if they can hang on to this lead.
Well, and you just thought, this stretch of ball games, and you're in that area where you're playing 17 straight games without an off day because of losing the Thursday off day with the makeup game against Toronto. Thought, boy, you really need to play good baseball, the Dodgers and Yankees.
Swinging a foul back.
Yeah, and this kind of straightens things out a little bit if you can win this ball game after losing 2 or 3 to the Yanks.
If you can beat those 2 teams, you can beat anybody.
Yeah,
you're
talking about the two of the elite teams in the game.
Yeah, the 1-2 to Pedro Ramirez. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second out in the inning. And Miguel Amaya coming up. Dave Roberts is going to go to the bullpen. He wants to bring in a new arm to face Miguel Amaya. Pitching changes by the opposition. Those are brought to you by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. Cubs 5, Dodgers 1. Bottom of the 8th inning. We'll be right back after this on The Score and the North.
23-year-old flamethrower Chase Burns, the second overall pick in 2024.
The pitch blew by you. Strike 3 right over the outside corner, 2 down.
That might be the first time we've seen triple digits from Chase Burns today. Ran that one up there at 100. That's a good time to reach back for a little extra right there to put a guy away. Burns brings it. Swing and a miss. There it was. 99 right on by him. Triolo down on strikes. And the inning comes to a close on Burns' 5th strikeout of the game.
Make it 2. It's a half dozen Ks for Chase Burns.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Davis looked like he had no chance.
That one had a bit of bite to it. Kind of spun that one in the zone to Horowitz for the first batter of this inning hit.
Second, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. 7 strikeouts for Chase Burns through 5 innings of shutout baseball against the Pirates. It's the Reds 2, Pirates nothing.
And he'll be the new Dodger man on the mound. Dreyer. Dreyer making his 46th appearance. Good ERA of under 3. Miguel Amaya ready to step in. Men at first and second. Happ the runner at second. Swanson at first. A run in on the home run by Nico Horner. Cubs enjoying a 5-1 lead, bottom of inning number 8. With 2 down, Amaya checks in. Red batting gloves on either hand for Miguel. And the pitch by Dreyer, swung on and missed, sharp breaking ball. Looks like Milwaukee was a winner tonight, so the Cubs will need to win to stay within 5.5 of the Brewers. The 0-1, a swing and a miss by Amaya. I mentioned last night, Ron, the National League does not really have what you'd call a nail-biter as far as a division race.
That's right.
Atlanta up by 7.5 over the Phillies. Milwaukee 5.5 over the Cubs. Dodgers 9 games over Arizona. Now that's subject to change. Here's a swing and a miss. The ball in the dirt necessitating a throw to first to end the inning. Cubs get a run on the home run by Horner. Time to fasten those seatbelts. We go to the 9th inning. It's the Cubs 5 and the Dodgers 1. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Pete Crow Armstrong.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to beat a judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables. No vegetables?
No vegetables.
Is it straight protein?
Yeah.
On the mound for the Marlins, it is Yuri Perez. The 22-year-old won't turn 23 until April 15th, and last season had a 4.25 ERA. Those numbers are very deceiving because he had a really strong finish. Perez has got him 0-2. See ya.
That's the old good morning, good afternoon, and good night, and all on heaters. When you got it going, stay with it.
3-2 right there, called strike 3.
The four-seamer, which he'll throw probably over 50% of the time.
Nobody on, 2 out. The 2-2 pitch from Perez to Rumfield. Called strike 3. Look at the emotion from Yuri Perez in his season debut. Yuri got him with a fastball. He gets the approval of Sandy Alcantara. 7 innings for Perez.
Yeah, and it's really amazing when you say he's still just 22 years old.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts or descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. We get set for the top of the ninth here at Wrigley Field. It's the Cubs 5, Dodgers 1. The ninth inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Pat?
Zach, thank you. Cubs pitching changes, sponsored by James Hardy Building Products. Siding with the Cubs, Jacob Webb, in what is not a save situation, is on the mound. 5-1 is the lead. Andy Pages to lead off the Dodger ninth inning.
Yeah, this isn't a save situation. It's a win situation.
There you go. And that's a little more significant.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Freeman on deck, and then Muncy. Cubs trying to deal the Dodgers their 5th consecutive loss. They got swept by the Red Sox at Dodger Stadium this past weekend. First pitch by Webb is high to Pages. Dodgers in their last 5 games have been outscored 35-16.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
that's a pretty big number.
There comes the 1-1 fly ball, left center field, pretty well hit. Back toward the track is Pete Armstrong, makes the running catch. He has the knack of making even difficult plays look very graceful and routine.
He gets such a good break on the ball and has great speed. His closing speed on the ball, then he can kind of glide once he's got it kind of in his sights. Great play by Pete. Gets the first out here in the ninth.
One away, Freddie Freeman, the batter. Freddie with a single and a walk. 1 for 2, struck out his other at-bat, takes a strike. That's the idea, throw strikes.
Strikeouts by Cubs pitchers tonight, brought to you by Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers.
The pitch by Webb, fisted foul, out of play, 0-2. Webb with a brand new ball. Always works from the stretch, even with nobody on base. And now the 0-2 serve to Freddie Freeman. Lifted to left, foul, out of play. Bruce Levine is going to try to get one of the Cubs. He'll do more than try. He will get one of the Cubs. And they'll have a conversation for a few minutes right after the game. There's a roller back to the mound. Charging is Swanson, running throw to first to get him. Webb tried to glove that ball behind his back. Slightly got a glove on the ball. It slowed the ball down. Swanson, though, made a skillful play. He's a gifted shortstop. He really is.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He comes in hard, fields it on the backhand side, so then he can take one step and get off a very good throw. Freeman flying down the line the best he can, but Dansby gets him by a step and a half.
When you have a shortstop, you need that guy to make plays. I've heard you say that many times, Rob. Muncy with a strike, 0-1. Because you will have a lot of opportunities to make plays as a shortstop. Swinging a foul back. 0-2. Listen to this crowd.
The entire ballpark is standing here at Wrigley. They want to finish this game right here with a punch-out.
Dodgers down to their last strike. The 0-2 from Jacob Webb. And Muncy takes up an inside. It's ball 1. 1-2 on Max. Day game tomorrow at 1:20. Looks like the Cubs might have a chance to sweep. The 1-2 is inside, 2-2.
It has gas, 95 miles an hour. Just missed the inside corner. At the knees.
Dodgers down to their last strike. And now the 2-2 on the way. Lifted to left. High in the air and playable for half over near the line. Cubs win the ball game. The Cubs make it 2 in a row over the defending world champs. And a very nice team victory run. Lots of contributors.
Yeah, you think about this ball game tonight. Going into this game, you had Javier Assad, a young pitcher for the Cubs, against Skubal, the number one pitcher in baseball, and by far the number one guy everybody was going after at the trade deadline. Cubs offense doing enough against him to get the lead, and then kind of adding on as the game progressed. But you talk about a big win for the Cubs in front of over 40,000 people. I always think that's a big thing too. When you get big, energetic crowds and you play great games, Cubs have played 2 in a row.
Games like this will bring them back to Wrigley again and again and again. Our great friend Bruce Levine is standing in the Cubs third base dugout with headset and microphone ready to go. And now he is going to look at the variety of Cub ball players. I'm watching him work his magic right now. He's got somebody. And I think it's about time for us to go down to Bruce Levine.
Pat and Ron, I'm here with Alex Bregman. Alex, first of all, Javier Assad, what can you say about that performance tonight?
Oh, great job. Just a competitor attacking his zone. I think Javi does a great job just going out there and competing every time he gets the rock and keeping the defense on the toe.